A Song to the Tune of Love by It's Underslush Kingston on AO3. Episode 19. Chapter 6. Outro. She smiled, tucking her head down into Toga's shoulder and hugging her until she thought there was no way there was a centimeter of space between them. After a minute, they pulled apart. Toga was all smiles again, just beaming at Uraraka and bouncing from one foot to the other. She discarded the final traces of her own tears on Uraraka's shoulder, though Uraraka figured she must have still had tears falling down her face. Why else would Toga be cupping her face so tenderly, running her thumbs under Uraraka's eyes and crossing her cheeks? Then she was leaning in, a few words whispered into the space between them. "I want to kiss you." Uraraka was leaning in too. The only words her dopamine-addicted brain could produce in response was, "Yeah." She was left wondering if this is what Kaminari felt when he overused his quirk and went stupid. That's what Uraraka felt as she moved her hand to Toga's waist, kissed her back softly. After a few beats of silence, it deepened, and they drew closer, as close as they were during that hug. Then a little further. Uraraka could feel her heartbeat hammering away like a drum in her ears, and could swear she felt Toga's heartbeat as she pressed up against her. Perhaps that was her own heartbeat, and perhaps Toga was thinking the same thing. Toga moved sharply, and Uraraka pulled away with a squeak. She raised a hand to her face, felt the newly formed trail of blood as it trickled down from the corner of her mouth. "Sorry," Toga murmured as she caught her breath. When she spoke, Uraraka could see Toga's fangs, the right one bloodied. "I didn't mean to." Then it was gone, quickly swept away. "It's all right," Uraraka replied. "Just caught my lip with those fangs of yours." She chuckled lightly. Toga lost the sight look of worry on her. "I kinda thought you did it on purpose, though." And the look was back. "I didn't." She insisted again. "I know," Uraraka said quickly. "I knew as soon as I said it sounded wrong. I meant that. I thought you assumed that I wouldn't mind, and I don't, and so you did it on purpose. You surprised me a little, though." She explained, rather awkwardly. Toga pouted. "I'd asked first." "I know." Uraraka leaned forward, kissing her on the cheek. "Thank you." Instead of a verbal response, Uraraka got a grin in return. She lifted her hand and cupped Toga's cheek, smiling back at her. "Sorry, I'm probably being a little too much right now. I'm just happy." "Not enough, if you ask me," Toga replied, putting her hand over Uraraka's and leaning into it. Toga really did remind her of a cat sometimes. In fact, the lack of purring seemed out of place. Uraraka laughed, one part at her own thought, and another out of context expression on Toga's face. "What?" "I'm not really sure. I think it's just the nerves. I don't know what to do now," Uraraka confessed. "Getting you inside to watch movies and eat snacks is out of the question?" "Oh shit!" Uraraka lightly pulled her hand back and scrambled to pull her phone from her pocket. 8:47 p.m. "I won't make it back in time." "Whoopsie," Toga murmured. "I meant to distract you until it was too late to go back, but not like that." "Really?" Uraraka murmured with a sigh. "Yeah." Toga smiled innocently. "One night won't hurt, right?" "It just might." Uraraka sighed. "UA doesn't play around." "Well, if you get expelled or something, they're missing out. It would mean more time to hang out, though." Toga cheered. "Not everyone is set for life, Himiko," Uraraka replied. Maybe if she hurried, she could get back quick enough to not get in trouble. That one time she was half an hour late, and she only got a stern talking to by Aizawa on Monday morning, where he told her never to let it happen again. Crap. "Yeah, but I am. And you're my girlfriend now. I don't even have to change your contact in my phone because I already said it." "I'm glad you're feeling better. Really, but this isn't helping." Uraraka said gingerly. I'd feel like I was taking advantage of you. But you aren't. You didn't even know me and the league were loaded until like an hour ago. Toga reasoned, not losing her juvenile tone. But I didn't ask you out until after that. You're working against yourself here. Toga pouted. It's alright, I promise. Even if it is, she declared. I want to be a hero for other reasons too. Yeah, the pay was the biggest one, but apparently criminals make more. I want to make people smile, make them feel safe like heroes did for me and my parents. Toga appeared to have highly selective hearing. Oh, you could be a villain. I mean, trespassing, skipping curfew, dropping out of UA. It's a kind of weak start, but we'll help. Himiko, Uraraka said, just a little annoyed. You're wonderful, you really are, but that isn't helping at all. Sorry, I can get the car and drive you over. It wouldn't take long. Even less time if I ignore traffic laws. She smiled hopefully. At least let me walk you back if you're gonna walk, or run. I just want to spend as much time as I can with you. Uraraka met her gaze, felt her heart rate shoot up. I'm gonna call someone, she said quickly, pointing to her phone, as if Toga didn't know what she'd be using to make the call. Is this what being a love-struck fool meant? Dialing a number, drilled into the head of every student in Class 1A, Uraraka waited for the phone to quit ringing. Toga stood idly by, watching on with a mixture of curiosity and sorrow. Uraraka put it on speaker and held her free hand out to Toga, who took it happily. Hey? Uraraka said meekly. Don't hey me. You woke me up. There's a reason. Unless you're just being a problem child. I saw a sigh through the phone. Tell me you aren't. I'm not, Uraraka insisted. I just wanted to ask you something. Is that a question? He asked. No, Speak up, kid. I'm still half asleep. I wanted to stay the night somewhere else. Uraraka noted the way Toga perked up, and gave her the courage to keep speaking. Just with a friend, not too far from the dorms. A friend? Yeah, yes, sir. Do I seem stupid to you? He asked thoroughly. No, I saw it, sensei, you don't. Alright, so the truth this time. Uraraka paused. Toga squeezed her hand lightly. I wanted to stay over with, my girlfriend for the night. The word was strange on her tongue, but she felt so good saying it. Uraraka mentally noted that girlfriend was a new favorite word of hers, as long as Toga remained her girlfriend, and as long as she remained Toga's girlfriend, and she couldn't quite help using it a bit more than necessary. Uh-huh. Aizawa sighed. She could practically see him shaking his head, pinching the bridge of his nose. You'll stay safe, kid. From what? Uraraka asked, brows furrows. I'll let you stay with her for the night, if you don't make me explain safe sex over the phone at 9 p.m. Ask her, or something. Uraraka couldn't exactly find the words, her face growing redder by the second. Toga, on the other hand, couldn't help but laugh. You're so cute, Chaco. Was that? Aizawa asked, though he seemed to answer his own question. I suppose I did see the two of you on the rooftop while I was patrolling. Is that all? I want to go back to sleep. Yeah, that's all. Toga chirped. Yeah, I just wanted to get permission. Uraraka shook her head, recovering from the dazed-like state. You have it. He grumbled into the phone. And Actually, Toga, that's her name, right? Yeah, she's answered. That's me. I'm too tired to give a good shovel talk. Just know that that's my kid you're with, and I have an entire school of heroes and your address. Good night. The dial tone chimed, before either of them could say another word. Well, I guess that's settled then. Uraraka pocketed her phone. Why didn't you just do that earlier? Toga pouted, jabbing a finger at Uraraka's shoulder. Because he's scary most of the time, and I kind of want to avoid that because I wasn't sure how he'd react. Or how I was supposed to even ask if I was allowed to stay with Japan's ex-most wanted criminals for a sleepover. Just like that. Toga grinned. Come on, we've got the whole night now, and tons of snacks, and movies. Yeah, Uraraka chuckled. Do I still need to go in through the balcony? Probably. Toga shrugged. Not all the heroes know you're here. Just Eraser Man. Got it, she replied. Are you going to take the bags in then? Yeah, I got it. Toga skipped over, scooping them off the ground. Remember, the tippity top one. I remember. Is that with Shovel Talk at 9? Almost 9? Or yeah, it was 9. It was 8, almost 9. Is the most hilarious shit ever. Just like the whole, like, do not make me explain this. I have your address, heroes, and staff, I buy, right? The whole, like, I have, like, good night at the end of that, like, that, oh my god. The fact that he also admitted my kid, Uraraka almost accidentally saying dad, oh my god, I love this. Also, Aizawa not buying her bullcrap, like, friend? Do you think I'm gonna buy this, like, tell me the truth. Right? I love that so fucking much. Like, oh my god. This is super cute, and I cut it off here because I wanted to, because I'm evil. But I cannot wait to see the rest of this and see how the actual sleepover goes. It will be just fun, just super cute, and I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for that. I literally cannot wait for that. I'm like super excited and stoked for that. Like, I want to see that. I want to see them be cutesy. And, you know, like, I want to see them be hee haha cutesy, you know? But, hopefully we get to see them be hee haha cutesy. I wonder how the league is gonna behave, you know, like, there's a lot of things that I worry and wonder about. Also, the whole worry about, oh, were you just using me? I thought it was gonna be the other way around. I thought Uraraka was gonna think, oh, you're just dating me because, you know, you're gonna use me to get in the good graces of the heroes. I did not think it would become the other way around. I also think it was Kingston, was that a small little tidbit to villainous? Was it? Because I feel like it kind of was. I don't know about you, but for me it was like a little like, oh, call back to villainous, kind of, just a little bit, just a tad bit, just a little bit, especially that part where it's like, oh, become a villain, right? That part is like, we already read that fanfic. It's not time for that one. It's like, we already read that one. Let's give space for this one. But yeah, super interesting, super nice. I'm super excited for that. Okay, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.